If you and I suffer, it's suffering, not my suffering and your suffering. But when I identify myself when there is identification with suffering, then it's my suffering. And then I would say, but I must be free. But as human beings in the world, we suffer. Thinking we are going off somewhere else.
It seems to me this question of identification is the main one that is very subtle, and in spite of all that you have said, identification still goes on.
Of course.
So it seems to be built into us.
Well, this was really the question, whether that identification can be ended, if I understood rightly.
But see, identification prevented listening freely, right, openly, because one listens through the identification.
What does identification mean? Why do human beings identify themselves with something? My car, my house, my wife, my children, my country, my God, you follow? Why?
To be something, perhaps?
Let's inquire why. Not only identify with outward things, but also inwardly identify with my experience. Identify with experience, and this is my experience. Why do the human beings go through this all the time?
At one stage you've said, so we identify with our sensations, for example, our senses, and this seems very powerful. But what would it be not to identify with our sensations?
Yes. So when one listens, am I listening to identify myself with that fact about which he is talking, or there is no identification at all, and therefore I am capable of listening with a totally different ear? Am I hearing with the ears of my hearing, or am I hearing with total attention? You understand? Am I listening with total attention? Or my mind is wandering off and I say, this is rather boring, and what is she talking about, or he, and so on. But can I attend so completely that there is only the act of listening and nothing else? No identification, no say, yes, that's a good idea, bad idea, that's true, that's false, which are all process of identification. But without any of that, any of those movements, can I listen?